Oh, dear me. Have to excuse me a minute, I'm making a drink, wake myself up. Hey. Hi, Nathan. Oh dear, he nearly didn't have me today. Hi, Sean. Hi, Esther. Are we doing fantastic? I've only just woke up. I was talking before to Linda, she comes on here, and I said to her, do you know, I said, I feel really tired. I'm going to have a little nap, I said, before I do the live. I woke up about 2 minutes ago. I'm like, ah! So you nearly didn't have me. I nearly slept all the way through it. Oh, Linda, I did have a nap. I've only just woke up. I said to Linda, I'm going to have to go. I said, I'm going to sleep here. Boom, gone. Hopefully I'll stay awake tonight then. Hopefully I won't be yawning like I was last week. So I've got myself a cup of coffee to try and revive myself. It's been a day. Drew the curtains this morning and my curtain rod fell in half. So it's a good job I am not... you're going to message me, yeah, if I'd have heard it. When I'm asleep, I hear nothing. Yeah. Nana naps. Can't beat a good nana nap, can you? You know what I mean? Yeah, my curtain rod fell in half in the bedroom. I did say I needed a new one. Trouble is, I can buy a new one. That's not a problem. The problem is, who's going to put it up for me? So I've sort of got them half. Luckily, I'm not overlooked, really, but I'm going to have to get dressed and undressed in the bathroom. Because who's going to put the rail up for me? I have to work on that one. My garden, some of the seeds are about that big. I've got my planters, I've got everything in motion, yeah, but, so far the seeds have not kind of grown yet. So I'm ever hopeful. And I forgot to water them today. I was so tired. For those of you who don't sort of follow me, I started to do the garage. My friend and her son came round on Wednesday, and the teenage son helped put the plastic shelving together. But I had to lug all of the bags out of the garage onto the drive, and they were heavy. And I absolutely wrecked me back doing that. So anyway, he put the shelving up, and I'd started to put a couple of wool onto the shelf, but we ran out of time, and I just couldn't move anymore. My back was just completely wrecked. You know what my back's like. So we put them back in. So Friday, Clever Clogs decides, I'll have another go, yeah. So I managed to do about 6 of the bags and put them onto the shelves. But, of course, my back doesn't like things like that. So today I had to do a bit of shopping. I didn't do much, just some bits and pieces. Well, bits and pieces, 2 big bags that I lugged in. And so my back is going, you have done too much. You are stupid. So that's how I'm doing today. I am stupid, in pain, and fed up. And I haven't taken my painkillers. Oh, jolly dee. Never mind. So how's my garden going? Not at all. Not at all. Yeah, well, when you're on your own, Shine, you've got to do it, haven't you? You can't rely on other people. Although I'm going to have to try and find somebody to put that curtain pole up for me, because I can't do that. There's no way I can stand on a ladder. I haven't got a drill anyway. Ugh. It was a cheap and nasty curtain pole. It was like pretend gold or pretend brass. And it's just broken off. Just snapped. It was pathetic anyway. So I'm going to have to hem the curtains that I brought with me because they were patio length. And of course, my bedroom window here isn't patio length. And so tomorrow I'll be measuring up and ordering a curtain pole. And today I've got a big box in the hall. Hi, Jean. Big box in the hall. I decided after measuring up and after looking online and everywhere, I don't have room for a sofa bed in the spare bedroom. I just don't. Because I've put so much stuff in it. I've put my desk in it, my sewing machine, like she said, like she's going to sew. And I've put all sorts of things in there that there just isn't room for a sofa bed. So today I've ordered a blow-up bed that arrived. But I thought, it's heavy in a box. Do I really want to unpack it just now? Like, no, tomorrow is another day. You learn that when you get to my age. You learn tomorrow's another day. So I'm in agony at the minute, so you'll have to excuse me going. Oh, that coffee is hot, 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 hot. My friend, actually, she went into Pound Stretcher and she said, are you coming in? I went, no, can't come in, my back's. So when she came out, she got your present. 5 gladioli bulbs. It's got a pump with it, apparently. It self-inflates. You don't have to start. Otherwise, that'd be no good at all, would it? It's got a little pump with it, I believe. I haven't unpacked it either. I couldn't. By the time he was the Amazon man, one of those that pushes the bell and runs. Yeah, left it on the doorstep. I love when they do that, you know. They don't even bother to wait till you're in, do they? They just put it on the doorstep, ring the bell, and off they go. So I had to lift it over the doorstep, and my doorstep is like that big. Yeah, lift it over the doorstep, bring it in, and I put it in the hall. I thought that's where it's staying. That's where it's staying today. So anyway, my 5 gladioli bulbs. Feel like Dame Evan Average and a pianist match. So I've planted them, and I've got some seeds. I've got some cactus seeds and stuff. I've got a greenhouse to put up as well. Oh dear. Yeah, I bought a greenhouse, and it was only a cheap plasticky one for the tomato plants. And zipped it up, and the zip went straight off the top. Can I put it back? No, I can't. So I had to buy another greenhouse. So today I was going to take the cover off that one I'd already erected, put this cover on. But then the problem is I need to fasten it somewhere because it keeps moving, and it's already, I think it's destroyed one of the tomato plants because it's smashed it. Because this garden has no soil anywhere where you can pin it to the ground. And I don't have a drill to put hooks in the wall, you know, so the cover keeps blowing and all that. Oh dear. Yeah, gladiola. It always reminds me of Dame Ever Average. She always carried, didn't she, gladiola? And she used to give it to Madge, pianist, didn't she? Oh dear. So if I'm not with it today, you'll understand why. Yeah. I've got some painkillers here. I'm just thinking about it. Got some painkillers here. I think I've got 2 left. I've got 2. 2 and a squidgy bit. That's all that's left now, a squidgy bit. I'll be painkillers. Never mind, if I take them. If I nod off, you know why. Oh dear. Well, Clavelli, or Cleavers, was quite warm this morning, and I actually put a dress on. But I'm freezing now. I've just put the heating on, absolutely freezing. And they said the weather's going to change. They said it's going to go colder and rainier and everything. And I'm like, oh no. I've got used to a week. I think this is our summer. Yeah. Clothes pegs, no, it won't meet. Honestly, the cover is cut so fine. It's like, you know, when you're trying to get in a dress that's one size too small, that's what it's like, trying to put the zip together. It's like, ugh. So consequently, it's come off the rails. So maybe, hi, Lizzie. Maybe I could sort out something. I'm just going to swap. I'm going to put the new cover on the old greenhouse tomorrow and try and work out some way to fasten it to the wall. I'll be there with a hammer trying to do something. I've never had a garden that's never had any soil. It's just flagstones and pebbles. And I thought under the pebbles there may be some soil. No, concrete under the pebbles. Oh, dearie me. Life gets tedious, don't it? You know, we've just been watching Davina, you know, from that little crafty house, as she called or something. She's had one of those chairs given her. Not a tabby cruncher, she's disabled, poor girl. Yeah. Where's my chair? Flexi spot or whatever they're called. Where's my chair? I'm disabled, I'd like a chair. Not that I'll get one because I don't make any videos at the minute. I've not. I found the tripod. We're halfway there. All I've got to do now is try to charge the camera up and then we'll maybe get there. But oh dear. I haven't made a video since I don't think about November, I think, since I made a video, apart from live, yeah. And I can't do a video on here because it'll only do one live. And I don't want to do a live one. I want to chat and tell you what's happening. And everybody keeps going, hi, hello, hello, hello. And I'm going, it's not a live. But no, everybody wants to come and join me and chat to me. And so I can't use this to make an ordinary video, if you know what I mean. Because it turns into another live, which is not what I want. Because to me, my live chats are just me chatting to you, you chatting to me. They're not like normal videos where I show you magazines or I show you whatever I'm doing. I mean, I'd like to take you in the garage with me so you could at least, you know, rar me on morale-wise, but I can't do a live from the garage. You know, I'm not very computer savvy. You know that, don't you? My friend came and got my printer working because my printer wouldn't work. But then it printed one thing and then it stopped. Now it won't print again. Everything is one expense after another. She said, your printer's not Wi-Fi. I went, well, I'm not Wi-Fi. You know, I don't have Wi-Fi phone. I don't have a Wi-Fi anything. Everything's plugged in. So does that mean I've got to get another? I wish I could be back June as I used to be. I do. But it's going to take a while. As I said, my camera won't charge properly. I've got another camera that Sian gave me. I haven't sorted that out yet because I'm thick, you know. And the other camera my son got me. I can't even work out how to do a video. And when I did do a video, I couldn't get it to upload onto my computer. I tell you, I'm just useless. I'm having a pill. Go on, talk amongst yourselves while I have a pill. Oh dear. But at the moment, anyway, if I made any YouTube videos, at the moment, I haven't sorted out the tax situation. I mean, as you know, if you watch Sheila, she's had what heck of a problem trying to sort out hers. And she's a lot more savvy than I am. I've tried to fill in the form, I don't know how many times. So at the moment, I'm not getting paid for anything. So just take pity on me. So even if I was to make videos like I made before, I wouldn't get a penny. Not that I ever got anything anyway. Yeah, never mind. I'm not destined to be rich and famous, am I? I spent almost 80 years of my life waiting to be an overnight discovery. So, so if you know anybody wants to subscribe to me, I will get around to making more videos, yeah. As we say, like and subscribe. Thumbs up it. Excuse me. 31 people in the room, 13 thumbs up. Every week I have to tell you. Ooh. Sounds like I'm begging, but I am. I am. I'm begging, pretty please, pretty please, pretty please. Oh, somebody's took one away. I've only got 12 now. Somebody's done a dislike on me. Oh, hell. Oh, I'm back again. Somebody's put one back now. But, yeah, never mind. I've come to the conclusion I shall never be rich or famous. So if any of you are rich or famous, or if any of you live near me and can put a poll up, yeah. Do you know, somebody keeps giving me a thumbs up and taking it away again. It's like, oh, no, oh, no, oh. Yeah, I did some cleaning as well this week. I scrubbed the kitchen floor. You know, my back just doesn't like me at all. And I'm still waiting for this iron infusion to zip into life. They said, oh, you've been really bouncing with energy. I've had 2 and nothing's happened yet. Hi, Julian. So, and I missed both my knit clubs. I went to my Monday knit club and the library was closed. So I got on the tram and came back home again. Little did I know that 10 minutes after I'd got on the tram, they opened the library again. So if I'd have been a bit later, I wouldn't have known it had been closed. It would have been open again, yeah. Wednesday, I couldn't go to the other knit club because my friend had said she was coming with her son to help me do the garage. So I thought, well, I want that doing quite, urgently. So I didn't go to that knit club. So I'm knit clubless this week. So I haven't got anything to report. Nothing to report. Yeah, come on, everybody. Little thumbs up, please. 34 people and 18 thumbs. That's, well, I can't do my maths, but it's a lot of people that haven't put the thumb in the air. I'm no good at maths here. Do you know, it keeps going to 18, then 17. Somebody keeps putting the thumb up, then putting it down again. Oh, dear. It's got to be one of them nights. I can see it. It's going to be one of those nights. At least I shouldn't be yawning tonight because I've already had a nap. Yeah. Oh, can anybody swallow tablets? I can't. I have to go throw them at the back of my throat. And oh, I hate it. Don't you hate it when you get stuck? And you get that off, and it's like in the back of your throat, and you get that taste, don't you? Oh, makes you shudder. Oh, warming up a bit, and I broke another nail. Snapped it off again. They've all gone. All of them have snapped off. They're growing again slightly. I had 3 on that hand. Now I've got 2 and a bit, haven't I? Never mind. Well, how's everybody else? Are they all better than me? I hope you all are. I hope you're bouncing with energy. Oh, tickety-boo. I know it does help with the algorithm, Jean, and I have to keep begging every week, and it's just, I feel awful having to say it every week. Please like and subscribe. Ooh. Oh, obviously nobody likes me. Nobody loves me. Think I'll go and eat worms. Big fat shiny ones. Think I'll go and eat worms. Oh dear. Hey. Never mind, eh? I've got some Gorilla Glue. I wonder if it'll glue me. my curtain rail together. And I think I'll wrap some. I know nobody shares me. I'm not moaning, Jean. I've had the same subscribers, are very, very loyal, but I've had the same number of subscribers for the last 4 years. Everybody's very loyal, but they just don't share me, and I never get any new ones. Yeah. Oh dear, never mind. We're not talking about miserable things. Let's talk about something nice. What do you all know? What do you know? Have you all got good news to tell me? It's good news week. What have I got good news about? Have I got any good news? No, not really. Didn't win the lottery. Done hardly any crocheting because I was here cleaning, doing the garden, about planting seeds, trying to do a garden, and doing the garage. So, that roaring is my boiler, by the way. It's a bit of a noisy boiler. It goes vroomf when it sets off. Frightens the living daylights out of me sometimes. So, has anybody got any good news to tell me? Come on, tell me good news. Tell me you've won the lottery. Am I happy? Yeah, I am, but my back's not happy. It'll be happy when I've sorted everything. I'm still in a bit of state of flux, I'm still sorting out. When I get everything where it's supposed to be, and I stop being an untidy mess. If you've ever moved house, you know what it's like. When I was younger, of course, you do da 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 da. Put this here, put this there, hang this up here. And then when you're old, you're like, oh, I'll hang this up, sit down. Hang this up, sit down. Tidy that, sit down. I do more sitting down than I do anything else. I was even planting seeds, sat down, Oh, I'm pathetic. I'm pathetic. I'm a mini whinge, yeah. Oh, you're going on a day trip to... Oh, I like York. It's lovely. I haven't been in York Minster for ages, but it's beautiful in there. Absolutely beautiful in York. I like York and I like Chester. Chester's another pretty place. Yeah. I'm hoping, when I stop spending on this house, I'm hoping to get away, one of those coach trips or something this year. But the trouble is, my folding scooter's heavy. The coach drivers pull the faces. You want a lucky dip on Wednesday. Hooray! And you want some yarn. I started watching Stitches and Jacks, and it's nothing to do with Karen. That's when I fell asleep. Not because she's boring, but, she must have had a lovely little soothing voice, and away I went, yeah. It is beautiful, isn't it, in Lizzie in York, yeah. So Linda's obviously the lucky one. But obviously you didn't win on the bingo. You didn't do a Sheila on it, yeah. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm like, tomorrow I want to go into the garage, and then my back says, don't bother. Leave it for another day. It's nice to see some of my wool back on the shelves, and I'm like, oh, I need to buy this. Oh, don't remember this. It's been packed up since November, don't forget, because that's when I should have moved in the first place. Oh, never mind. Maybe I'll plant my gladiola. My planters arrived anyway. I've got some nice planters, and I've got a couple of lovely hanging baskets. Nothing in them yet, but lovely hanging baskets, yeah. You managed to hoover, yeah. Do you know? It's sad, isn't it, when we think of hoovering as a triumph? When you run the dust around and the mop round and the hoover, and it's... Yeah. They forgot to put you... Yeah, well, they forgot mine. I actually checked with my, what do you call them? Oh, premium bonds. Because I've had my premium bonds, donkey's years. I actually checked with them. And they sent me a thing back saying, sorry, we changed your address for you, but no, you never won. Because they said they'd let me know if I've ever won. And the answer was, no, you've never won. But they've changed my address now, so at least if I do win, they know where I live now. Yeah. Oh my giddy aunt, yeah. They've opened up a beautiful charity shop near me. Woohoo! I'm trying to stay away though because, I need more clothes like a hole in the head. I haven't got enough room for the ones I've already got here. Yeah. When I win the lottery and I move, I'm going to have a walk-in wardrobe. Not here, of course, because it won't fit. I'd love one of those. You see these people with, oh, this is a walk-in closet, a walk-in wardrobe, and it's bigger than my bedroom, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'd like one of those. With a chair to wheel myself around in it, because I wouldn't be able to stand. But of course, you'd have people who would do it all for you, wouldn't you? If I moved house again and I'd won the lottery, I'd have men come in and pack everything up for me. And then when I got where I was going, unpack it all for me. I'd sit there like Lady Muck. Yes, I'll have it over there, please. I'll have it over there, please. Yeah. We can dream, can't we? Luckily, I'm not overlooked at the back, so I don't think anybody would want to have a look at me sleeping in my bed. So I pinned them together with a brooch of curtains at the moment. Looks like a drunken sailor lives here now. People at the back, if they look over the fence, they say, have you seen who's moved in there, scruffy woman? She got her curtains pinned together with a brooch. Never mind it. Never mind. Cheers, everybody. I know the feeling, June. I've lost 4 stone. I am the Mounjaro failure, by the way. I got put on Mounjaro to, let's clear this up, for diabetes, to help with my blood sugars. And everybody's going, oh, you lucky thing. You've gone on Mounjaro, you'll be losing weight. I'm the failure. I'm not losing anything. Not a bit. And there I was. I'm eating nice and healthy. I had a salad for my tea, Have you noticed I've not been eating chocolate while I've been talking to you on a Saturday night? But it's not dropping off me. Yeah. I haven't done any crochet because I've not been to the knit clubs this week. So my crochet is a dead stop. I'm actually crocheting a top for somebody else. She doesn't know I'm doing it yet. So she's not actually as big as me, but it's still taking me ages because it's all in one piece up to the armholes. So I should be doing that, shouldn't I, instead of sat here doing nothing and talking to you, which I like doing, of course, but yeah. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it, crocheting somebody size 12 or somebody size 8. Oh, yeah. Trouble is I never get asked to do that. I always get the people who are about 60-inch bust wanting me to knit for them, crochet for them. And I'm like, no. It's like making 2 blankets and stitching them together. I can put it on the floor because I've mopped. It still smells like toilets to me. It's antibacterial, fragrant, whatever it was. Ice, yeah, that's going back a bit, isn't it? Now, this lady, she gave me a lovely voucher when I moved here for Marks and Sparks, which was quite a lot, actually. And she admired a little top I had on the other day. I think you've probably seen me wearing it, a cream one. And she said, oh, I do like that. So I thought, right, while you're doing nothing, Janet, get on with it and make one for her. So my green crocheting that I was just doing to pass the time away has got shelved for the minute, yeah. I did find the other 5 combs while I was putting things onto the shelves in the garage, yeah. So I got a thing through the post. It said, you have won on postcode lottery. And I thought, oh, I'm not in postcode lottery. This is your gift or something. And when I looked, it wasn't for me. It was a poor guy who died in here. So I had to put it back in the post box, saying not known, person deceased. So I don't know what his lucky gift was. It was a gift in a pack. So it's back in the post box now. Poor beggar, he wins on the postcode lottery and the poor beggar's died. That'd be my luck, that. Probably the day I die, I'll probably come up on the premium bonds and I'll come up on the lottery. And you can't claim it, can you? Because it's only the people who are named on it, not the successors. Oh dear. So what's everybody else making? June's making some cotton tops for summer. Oh, I found mine. I found my sleeveless tops in the garage. It was one of, I found 3 bags marked lounge in the garage. You know, I told you I had dyslexic removal men, didn't I? They couldn't tell lounge from garage because it was all labelled. Everything was labelled. I labelled everything before I moved here. Lounge, bedroom. They just put the bags wherever they felt like it. They didn't. Oh dear. You're in between 2 virus shawls. Well, I've got given some more bits. I tell you, I'd done 5 of these. I kept one, and the other ones I gave to a friend, and she took them to an old people's home. And I promised that when I moved, I would do more, but then I couldn't find my oddments. Anyway, I really don't have an excuse because the ladies at Nickle gave me some oddments to make another shawl because I said I couldn't find my oddments. I still haven't found my oddments, but that's another story, isn't it? They'll be in one of the bags when I get round to it in the garage. They'll be in one of them. I've still got about another 10, 12 bags to empty yet. But it's such heavy work. You wouldn't think a laundry bag full of wool would weigh so much. Probably it doesn't unless you're a wimpy like me, yeah. But still. You had no toaster. Yeah. No, I mean, most of the kitchen stuff that I'd brought with me, we did find, but of course I didn't have. Yeah, well, I've just found my knitting needles. Luckily, I'd got the zipped set. I'd found that, but the rest of the knitting needles must be still in there somewhere. And I found some of the buttons, yeah, because I knitted that little white cardigan for a baby and didn't find the buttons. But I found the buttons now. It can finally get some buttons stitched on it. I thought, I'm not buying any more buttons. I've got a shed full of buttons. So finally, I can manage to sew the buttons on that baby cardigan. Yeah. Yeah, today I thought, do you know, Janet, go. I've got an up and over bed. And with summer dresses, summer trousers underneath the bed because, weather. I thought, get your dresses out. So I found a dress. But you can't see it, can you? No, you still can't see it. And I'm not taking my cardi off because it's too cold. Anyway, I've got a summer dress on. But now I'm freezing. I've always been the same. The moment the sun goes down, we would go to Tenerife, me and my ex-husband. Well, he was my husband then. And I'd be there, shorts on, little top, in the sun, beautiful. Sun went down, I've got an anorak on. And he used to say, oh, come on, Janet, come on. You do not need an anorak or a cardigan. And I would be shivering. The minute the sun goes in, I start to shiver. And I've always been the same. I'm just absolutely. We went out on Thursday for our usual brunch, me and my 2 friends. And I'd put a little shorty jacket on. You know that purple jacket I had on last week? I was absolutely freezing. And yet, the minute I got back home here, it was warm. I'm so glad I moved from Fleetwood. It's freezing up there. I practically needed my fur coat on up there. Yeah. Oh, I found my fur collar. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what. I've been like that. It's not just because I've got old. I've been like that since I was in my 20s. And I don't sweat. I don't know whether I've got any problems, but you'll never, ever see me dripping in sweat. Never, ever. In fact, when I went into a sauna one time when I was young, I passed out. I don't know what there is about me that, I find it incapable. Everybody else is dripping in sweat, and I'm like, lay there saying, and they're going, aren't you hot? And I'm like, no, no, I'm quite fine. Yeah. Everybody else is like, oh, I've got to go in now. It's too hot, too hot. Cracking the flags, it's too hot. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't know what there is about me. My dad used to say I had ice blood running through my veins. He said, you're like your mother. My mother had the coldest hands in existence. You know, when you're little and she comes to do something and she touches you and you, her hands were always like ice, even on the hottest day. And I'm the same. I mean, I had one friend who she was going through the mental pause. And she says, put your hands on me, Jan. I'm red hot. Put your hands on me. And he says, because she'd be absolutely roasted. And I just put my hands on her and she said, oh, that's better. And she said, put your hand there, put your hand there. Because my hands were so cold. Yeah. You're not allowed to do them anymore now. Well, we don't have a hot tub. Well, we did have a hot tub, but I went in it 3 times. It got sold when we moved. It terrified me getting in it because it was like I had to climb up steps to climb into it because it was a big one. It wasn't a blow up one, a proper one. And I always used to, and I couldn't put my leg over the top. I couldn't feel the bottom of it. And I used to always think I'm going to go head first in it and drown. And my son kept saying, the seat's there, put your foot on the seat. And I kept saying, yeah, but my legs are too short. I can't feel the seat. Oh, I used to go like the Fosbury flop into the thing. And I said, I'm not doing it when you're not in. If I drown, you're always too hot. Oh. Do you know, even when I went through my mental pause when I was 33. But even then, I never sweat, never woke up. You know, women who say, oh, I wake up in a puddle. No. What's that like? No. Hi, Enid. Welcome to the bunch. I think I'm awake today because I had to sleep before I came on. I nearly didn't make it on here, yeah. You're doomed every time you plant. 3 times I've been in our hot tub. 3 times. In what, 3 years? I went in it 3 times. It was always cold on my neck. The hot tub was lovely and warm, but it was in the garden and it had no shelter. It had a shelter over the top of it, but not at the sides. And the wind used to come from the sea, where we lived before, because we were right next to the sea. And it used to be whipping around the back of my neck. So I used to come out with a stiff neck when I went in there. So it wasn't my favourite place. When it's hot weather, you don't want to go in the jacuzzi, do you? You know, the hot tub, do you? I want a hot tub in a room, like enclosed. No wind. Not that I will have one now, because the electric must be shocking, to keep it heated. Yeah. Hi, Helen. Yeah, I'm keeping my bills down now, not keeping them up. Yeah. I must admit, sometimes I can't get in a bath because I can't get out of it, but I do miss a bath sometimes, you know, when your back's creaky and your joints hurt. Oh, I forgot to say that when I was in the garage, you know, the other day, Wednesday, the wallpaper table fell over, wallop, right on my knee and my leg. Oh, you know, when you go sick. Oh, pain. So I've got a wonderful bruise. So, you know, it would have been nice to have gone into a long hot soak in the bath, you know. But I had my bath taken out years ago because I couldn't get out of it. Of course, if you're rich, you could have one of those, you know, where you sit on it and it lowers you down into the bath. I don't want a lot, do I? You know, as my dad used to say, you've got a champagne taste on beer money. Yeah. Mind you, beer's the price, I presume, these days. I don't drink, but I keep reading people going. A friend of mine had gone to the airport and it was £7.20 for a pint of Guinness. Mind you, some pubs charge as much for a Coca-Cola, don't they? Because I'm not a drinker, yeah. No, he put on £7.20 for a pint of Guinness at Manchester Airport. Oh, I thought, gosh, no wonder I don't drink. I'll just have a water. Tap will do. Oh dear. Never mind. The government is set to try us, isn't it? Don't get me going on that. I've actually applied to vote this year. For some reason or other, I didn't get a voting thing when I lived in Fleetwood. I put my name down for it and they never sent me one. Anyway, I've actually applied to be on the voting register here because I wish I'd done my vote this year. Well, I guess who won't be getting me vote? Man, they're all as bad as each other, aren't they? All as bad. You don't know who to vote for these days, do you? I'm all right, Jack. We don't care about the masses. None of them do. I don't care what party they are. As long as their bread's buttered, you know, they can afford the heating bills. They don't care about the rest of us, do they? But we won't get political. It's not one of those kind of shows. So what do we know? Nothing. Where have I been? Nowhere. Unless you count the garage. Been to the garage and I've been to Aldi. Have I been anywhere else? Yes, I went to the library and it was closed. Apparently they'd had a fire. I felt sorry because one poor girl went there because it's the registrar office in the library. Nobody had told her. She was supposed to be getting married. Nobody had told her it was closed. So the poor girl was there, ready to get married, and the library was shut. I mean, she could have had a reception planned and everything, couldn't she? You know, mind you, about 10 o'clock Monday morning was a bit of a funny time to get married anyway. You finished your jumper? Linda has finished her jumper. And the Naked Sheep shut again for Easter from the 15th to the 22nd. 84 degrees. It's 10 degrees C here. Whatever that is in English. I've got hiccups now. I'm not gone quiet. I'm just holding my breath to make sure the hiccups have gone. It's for your friend's hobby. Yeah, you saw that. Yeah. Tell you that shop must do well. It's never open. I was watching a Mora She went to Manchester, she went to Abercorn, and she went to Fred Aldous. Yeah. Must have done Abercorn up, because it didn't look like that when I went, but it's years back since I went, yeah. $12 here, 22 in the kitchen. Ooh. Are you cooking? Or have you just got a hot kitchen? Well, it's 10 degrees here, mostly cloudy. They said it's going to change. I don't know whether it means cold or whether it means rain, because I haven't had any actual rain for a week or more here. We've done very well. All the dishes. Yeah, I don't have a dishwasher. Colder and rain. Oh my goodness me. I don't want rain. If I go on my little scooter to the library on the tram, I'm going to get wet. I'll be like Mary Poppins with an umbrella, won't I? Oh, I've gone all shivery now. Oh, God, Janet. Warm yourself up, girl. I'm going to be going to get in my heat pad. I can see it coming. Not for my little plants, because they're still in the greenhouse. Yeah, my dishwasher's my hands as well. I don't have one of them. Don't have one of those. There was one when we moved in the house in Fleetwood, but we had it took out. When we redid the kitchen, we didn't bother having it. When you live on your own, I don't see the point. You'd have to have enough dishes to save up for about a week, wouldn't you, to warrant putting one on? You're all right if you've got a big family, I presume. When you live on your own, it's just a luxury, really, isn't it? Well, it is to me, because I've never had one. I mean, sometimes when it was Christmas and that, and you've got these million pans and plates and dishes and everything, you're thinking, oh, wish I had a dishwasher. But most of the time, I mean, yeah, I've got a plate and a cup and, saucepan, something, frying pan if I've made my breakfast. Oh, excuse me. Oh, don't start, Janet, don't start. You were like this last week. I tell you though, I yawn if I'm cold and I've just gone shivery. So that's when I yawn. I'm going to go and find my heat pack. Won't be a moment because it's only next door. Yeah, I suppose if you did a lot of entertaining, it's nice to just put your dishes in there and then you can go back to your guests while the machine's doing all the dishes for you. Yeah. But most people I know, they have to rinse things and that before they put them in there. They don't put them in with crusty dinner stuck to them, do they? Most people I know who've got one say, well, they don't get them proper clean unless you've got rid of all the food off them first. I'm like, well, what's the point? If you've got to scrape all the food off them and, all the gravy and stuff, you might as well have just washed them up in the first place. But I don't understand them because I've never had one. It's like air fryers, I don't understand them. I was actually looking at a little grill thing, but I've no worktop. There's hardly any worktops here. Hi, Yolanda. Because my oven, I mean, since when do they not have? When I lived in Prestwich, I had a double oven, and the top one was the grill, so you could see what you were grilling. This cooker here, the grill's like down there somewhere, and I'm like, oh. So I was actually looking at those little ones, that you put on the worktop, where you can actually see what you're grilling. Yeah, because I don't like air fryers. I don't know why. I just don't. I didn't like the food when it came out of the air fryer. I could always tell when they'd cooked it in the air fryer. I mean, I never saw them cooking it or anything like that, but I used to say, you've had this in the air fryer, haven't you? And my son used to say, oh, Mum. And I said, well, I can taste it. I don't know why. I used to. No, I wouldn't know what to do with one, June. I really wouldn't know what to do with an air fryer. I mean, I very rarely have chips. Very rare. So most of the things I cook are on top of the, on top of the oven, yeah. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm old-fashioned. I prefer the oven. Things taste differently when they come out of the air fryer. To me, they do anyway. My son would do sausages, and I used to say, these have been in the air fryer, haven't they? They weren't the same. They weren't the same as being done in the frying pan or done in the oven, yeah. Everybody else loves the air fryers, but I don't know why. In fact, I got offered one. I got offered the hours because they didn't want it because they were going travelling. And I got offered one from one of the girls in the knit club. She offered me one. She'd bought it, didn't like it, and she offered me one. And I said, no, I don't want one. I've got no worktop space. Very little. I mean, you think, oh, it's only me, you don't need a lot of workspace, but there's hardly anything. That's why I bought that white unit there, because I'd nowhere to put my my coffee, tea and sugar. It's got so little. It's got the microwave on it, it's got the toaster on it and that, and there's just no room. There's hardly any space to, chop veggies up or anything. So to put something else on the worktop would be no room at all. It's like being in a caravan here. It's a massive kitchen and yet very little workspace. I suppose where the table is, I could have put another unit there, but there's no plugs, no sockets. So if I got an air fryer or anything, I'd have to put it on the table, but then there's no plug. I've never known a house with so few sockets. All I can say is the old chappie must have had nothing electrical. He definitely wasn't one for sockets, that's for sure. I think he must have only had the telly in the front room because that's the only place he had a socket. Well, I'm going to have to go and get my heat pad. I'm cold, Mary Ellen, I'm cold. Bit of excitement anyway today, doing the road across the way. So I actually could look at the tarmac wagons, brought back some lovely memories. Oh, I love the smell of tarmac. I have since I was a kid. Ooh, can't beat a sniff of a bit of tar. Oh, excuse me, I'm going for the heat pad. I've seized up. Oh. Oh, shine, Mary Ellen, and shine. It does seem so naughty, oh man. Oh. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. See what I mean? That's one of the worktops. There's one like that on the other side. That's about me lot. There's no wardrobe, there's no cupboards, there's not one cupboard in the whole house, anywhere to put your brush or your hoover or anything. I tell you, they must have never used any appliances, people who lived in this house before. I used to use my pressure cooker all the time, but it was a massive one, and it was when I was like we were a family of three going back. But when I moved, of course, it got pitched out, didn't it? Because my daughter-in-law didn't use one, so. I've got my slow cooker. You can hardly get brisket these days. It used to be really cheap to get brisket, and now it's the same price as a piece of blooming. I eat very little meat because it's gone so expensive, isn't it? And I'm not a lover of gammon or ham. I'll have bacon, just a couple of slices, that's all. But I don't like ham or gammon joints, and I've gone right off pork. Yeah, yeah. I've got a freezer full of stuff here because every time I make soup or anything like that, I always make too much and then finish up freezing. It's the same when I do the slow cooker. When I do a casserole, I always finish up making too much. There's about 8 bags of different. I've labelled them all. There's about 8 bags of different things in my um, freezer. So if ever I'm stuck, I've got vegetable soup, leek and potato soup, and some stew. I've also got chicken because when you buy chicken breasts or anything like that, there's always enough for a family, isn't there? When you live on your own, you only want one. So what I do is I divide them up and freeze them in individual portions. And then I forget to take one out and defrost it, of course. Yeah, I'm really organised in my brain. But am I organised? No. That's my microwave telling me my heat pad is ready. Yeah, I've looked at to be honest with you, I have bought so many things for my kitchen. I'm broke, because I came here literally with pans and that was about it. Um, I bought a microwave, toaster, everything, all the stuff you take for granted. I bought all over again. Yeah. Oh, hey, gee, that's nice and warm. We've got no Chris, have we yet? No Chris. Has he forgotten about us? See, at least I'm healthy. Look at my fruit bowl. And I've got a bag of pears there as well. That's not in the fruit bowl. And in the fridge, I've got strawberries, blackberries, grapes, plums. Yeah. I'm not supposed to eat as much fruit because I'm diabetic, but hey ho. I like my fruit. I love fruit. And the pears are lovely at the moment. Oh, yeah. And they were on offer at Aldi, so I got another bag. I got apples, pears, bananas today. I didn't get any oranges because the last time I got them, they were a bit sour. As I say, I've got grapes, plums, strawberries, and blackberries in the fridge. I'm a very healthy girl. Manny, I ruined the strawberries because I put ice cream with them, which isn't as healthy as it might be, but never mind. We have to have some notice because I'm not really eating chocolate at the minute. So I am trying to be good. The Manjaro is not doing anything about curbing my appetite like it's supposed to. All these people, oh, I've lost 3 stone on Manjaro. I've lost about 3 pounds. And I am eating healthily, and I am eating. Oh, I've not tried anything like Instapot or anything, no. And I didn't bring my juicer with me. I just said, oh, get rid of it. I don't want it. It was a massive, big piece of equipment like that. I mean, when I lived in Prestwich, I had a big kitchen, yeah. Why did I hate my juicer? Oh, I couldn't be bothered with it. And it took so long to wash it. Every time you juiced anything, you had to wash the flipping thing. So I did, and it was massive. I mean, I wouldn't have had room for it here. Huge piece of equipment. So when my daughter-in-law was packing all the stuff away, she said, do you want this? I went, no. Just give it to somebody. I don't want it. Like an ornament. No, you have to put this fruit, the fruit in at this end. It chomps its way up, and then you've got that to wash. You've got the other bit to wash that comes down here. Then you've got the jug that you put it in to wash, and your jar that you what do you call it? Your glass that you drink it. You've got like a million things to wash up. Just for a bit of juice. Too much faffing about. And they say it's not much good for you because you're supposed to eat the whole fruit to get the pulp and everything, to get the goodness from it. Yeah, it's much easier to buy one, yeah. I'd be dreadful if I had one of those, Shan, because I absolutely love fresh bread. And I daren't buy it because I just chomp my way through the whole thing. The bakery bread. I would just eat bread and more bread, and that's all I'd eat. So I wouldn't be getting any vitamins because I'd just be eating bread. I love, when we were in Paris, we were only in Paris for a week, but the bread there is, fantastic, their bread. The French bread. I mean, you get French sticks over here, but they're not the same. The French bread is absolutely fantastic. That's all I would ever eat if I lived in France, I think. Fresh French bread and cheese. Red cheese is lovely as well. I'm just trying to work out how long I think I should have it up to the arm. Probably about 15, I think. Just trying to work out how long is it for like a bolero type thing, shorty, waisty thing. Probably about 15 inches, isn't it, up to the arm. Oh, and Laura's made another video. She's learning how to knit. If you don't watch Amora, she normally goes around all the wool fairs, and if you're in the UK, she goes around the wool fairs and she goes to wool shops and she goes all over the place. And she does videos showing around them. She was in Manchester on her last one because she lives more or less where I used to live, yeah. Yeah, I love bakery bread. Oh, gosh. When I used to live near Tesco's, oh, God, they used to do gorgeous bread. Ciabatta and everything. I mean, I know you can buy ciabatta in the supermarket, but it's not the same. When you buy it fresh and crusty from coming hot from the bakers, Tesco's had their own bakery where I used to live. Nice fresh ciabatta. Oh, ooh. Or a French steak. I used to sit and eat the whole thing. Some nice soup and a French steak, and I'd be set for life. Oh dear. I'm not much good at doing it by hand, the kneading bit, because I've not got the strength in my hands. Yeah, we've not got Chris, have we? Nathan was here a minute ago, but... Oh, my lady that I watched, that does the canals. She used to have a boat called the Rum Wench. She's selling it now, and she's got one called HMS Grumpy. Or Tiger Bread, yeah. They didn't have one. Well, they did have one in Aldi, but it was thick slices. It was about that thick. I thought, I don't want it that thick. They didn't have any medium sliced. So I had to just get a farmhouse instead. It's not the same. But it'll stop me eating too much bread. Yeah, the lady I watched with the Rum Wench, she's got this new boat called HMS Grumpy. But she said she's going to change its name. She's a bit of a character. I like watching her. It reminds me of like Trev, how I don't think he lives borders all year round though. These two girls that I watch, they do. They live in it all year round. I think Trev only lives on his in the summer. I might be wrong. I think he lives with some relative, I think, during the winter. I wouldn't be able to, I'd never be able to steer one of them. You've seen the length of the canal barges, they're massive. I'd be crashing into everybody. I'd be the scourge of the canals, yeah. We're saying, oh no, she's here again. I'd never do the locks. I wouldn't be able to wind them handle things. They're young and fit, No, I'd be all right on a canal barge if somebody else was doing the steering and all the gubbages, and I just sat there like Lady Buck on the back, yeah, doing my crocheting and waving my hand at everybody as I went by. I need a captain and a crew. Oh dear. Be nice for a holiday though, wouldn't it, if you had a crew? Somebody was with you that knew what they were doing, and I could just sit there. The nearest I've ever been was a holiday on the Norfolk Broads. But that was many, many years ago. Wasn't as busy then as it is now. I've got a friend she's a friend online now. She used to be a friend physically years and years ago. And they go every year to the Norfolk Broads, her and her son. I think her mum and dad go with her as well. But she loves it as well. You think to yourself, oh, I'd love to live by the river. And then you think, no, then what if it rises and bursts its bank, like some of them do, and your house gets flooded and woo, too risky. Too risky. Crochet or knit for 10 minutes. Right, we'll have a poll. Should Sean knit or crochet for 10 minutes? Poll, everybody. What does everybody think? Are you awake out there? I'm talking to myself out here. Wakey, wakey. Linda says knit. Right, come on. Let's cast a vote. Obviously, Linda's the only one who's awake besides me and Sean. Everybody else is nodded off. It's true, Linda. There's only us three. There's only us three in the room. Answers on a postcard, please. Oh, God, Sean, 10 minutes will be up in a bit before you've even got told to knit or crochet. I think I'd just throw a penny in the air, do heads or tails. This yarn is really smelly. It's antibacterial, scented. It smells like the old-fashioned toilet blocks your mum used to get them in a ring. You used to go in people's outside loos, didn't you? And they used to have a plastic thing on the wall, and there was a ring inside. It looked like a giant mothball. It used to stink. This is what this wool smells like. I remember giving some to Kelly once. She said the smell of it knocked her sick. Oh dear. You need to stop tidying. I need to start tidying. I'm just an untidy person by nature, I think. I have to make myself tidy. I just pop things down. And then I stop sometimes and look round and think, oh, Janet, and then I'll tidy. And it lasts about a day and then I start popping things down again. I just haven't got that tidy gene, whatever it is. Some people have it and other people don't, and I don't. I mean, I'm not like those houses where you see where they're hoarders. I don't have old things knocking about like, tins and bottles and stuff and crisp bags and stuff. When I say I'm untidy, I don't leave crisp packets hanging about and stuff like that. But I do, if I'm crocheting or something, I'll just pop it down. I think I'll move that tomorrow. Or, I like things within, my reach. I don't like things in cupboards and tidied away and in drawers and things, You're knitting a hat. Esther's knitting a hat. And I'm crocheting a little top here. You need to tidy your balls of wool. Oh, gosh. My cat never bothered. Did it like the needles? When the knitting needles waggling about, it would, and sometimes it would actually pull, the needle and pull my knitting off. I've been given 2 plants. I've got a money plant and the spider plant. So maybe, hopefully, I won't kill them. I've kept the other, I've got 3 that are alive that I've kept for a while. That are alive. I did lose my money plant. My mum kept this money plant for donkey's years and I had it and killed it. Anyway, my friend gave me another cutting, so hopefully I'll have more success with this one. When my mother had this money plant, it was massive. Then when she passed away, I brought it home and bit by bit I killed it, yeah. Yeah, I'm all right with spider plants. Yeah, I don't usually kill them. But I killed the money plant, whatever it's called, not money tree, is it? Money plant. The money tree is that mythical thing that you have in your garden, isn't it? A mythical. You tell your kids you haven't got one, yeah. Not got a money tree. When they said, can I have, especially school holidays. Every 5 minutes, can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have the other? You're going to be an auntie? Crocheting blankets. Well, I hope it's born in the winter. Otherwise, it won't want a blanket, will it? I actually did make baby blanket, well, the toddler blankets for my niece's 2 children, and they've still got them, yeah. Spring cleaning, oh gosh. Well, I moved in here and I didn't have time as I moved in to give it a good clean before I moved in. So the people who moved out, well, not him because he passed away. His daughters give it a bit of a clean, but it wasn't like clean, if you're with me. And I've never got round to giving it a deep clean. Although I did deep clean the kitchen floor the other day because I thought that's never seen a scrub for a long time. So I got an electric scrubber on the kitchen floor, so I've done that bit. And I have hoovered, but it's never had a really good clean since I moved in here. It could do with a spring clean, really, but I'm not up to it at the minute. I do a bit here and there, yeah. I'm not too bad. I've managed to keep my lemon. Well, it's a lemon geranium in my eyes, but they call it a... Oh, what do they call it? I kept asking for lemon geraniums and they kept telling me that they didn't do them. And my mum used to always have a lemon geranium because they're supposed to keep the flies away. Anyway, when I Googled it, it said lemon geranium is often called a such a thing. So when I went into the garden centre and I asked for the such a thing, oh yeah, we've got them. I thought, well, why didn't you say otherwise known as a lemon geranium? They looked at me and said, well, we're mental when I asked for lemon geranium. No, we don't have those. No such thing. Then why did my mother always have one? This one's never flowered though. But my niece was trimming it up, cutting the dead bits off it for me the other day. And she's going, wow, doesn't it smell lemony? It does smell lemony in the house, but if you touch it or move its leaves, you get this real strong lemon smell. But my mum's used to flower, but this one so far hasn't, yeah. You're off to bed, June. Right, good night. Sleep tight. What they used to say, don't let the bed bugs bite. Man, it seems to have gone quiet about that, didn't it? Well, at one time, everybody was going mad. Bed bugs here, bed bugs there. But the epidemic of bed bugs seems to have calmed down. People were going on holiday, weren't they? And coming back bitten. You wouldn't think they'd have them in these days where hotels send things to laundries and they're all hot washed and stuff. You wouldn't think they'd have bed bugs these days. You think they'd be all a thing of the past. It's like you don't think of fleas anymore, do you? Unless you're thinking of animal fleas. Still no Chris? Where's our Chris tonight? No Chris. Chrissy, where are you? I'm making you itch, sorry. Yeah, you've only got to start talking about nits and fleas and everybody starts itching, don't they? It's funny, if your scalp starts to itch, you automatically think nits, and you've not been near anybody. You've been in the house on your own all week, so you know you haven't got them. But every time your scalp itches, you think, oh. It's usually your conditioner or something, that's your shampoo that's giving you an irritation. Oh, don't start, Janet. Don't start, girl. Oh, dear. So what have we all been watching? Irene only had them once. But little girls seem to get them more because they always have long flowing hair. And then they sit giggling in the corner, don't they, and putting their heads together. Hi, Kiwi. Well, you know, I know you're not called Kiwi, but hello. Kiwi is the birdie. Yeah, when she first came on, I used to think Kiwi's an unusual name for a lady. And then she told me, no, it's my bird. Oh, dear. Oh, I love the Golden Girls, yeah. I can still watch them. My niece has got the whole box set, yeah. Oh, clunk clunk to you. Something went clunk clunk. This house is full of creaks and groans. Now, when I was in Prestwich, I was used to the creaks and groans because I've been there 56 years. But here, it's like a different set of, like creaks and tweets. And you're like, what's that? What's that? What's happening? I'll get used to it eventually. I mean, when I lived in Prestwich, the doors used to open and close on their own. I think it was the fact that the house wasn't straight. Nothing untoward. We didn't have any poltergeists or anything. Yeah. Sean James Cameron. Don't think I've watched him. I'm not very green fingered. I'm trying my best here because I've only got a yard. It's not a garden. Apparently, the old chap didn't want any maintenance because he was like 92. So he had it all flagged and pebbles, but it's very bleak when you look out and all you can see is flagstones and a load of pebbles. So I'm trying my best to get something to grow so I can put them in containers or hanging baskets on the fence and things, just so I've got something to look at when I look out the door. But it's got a little conservatory at the back. It's only a tiny, tiny little conservatory. And hello, John. And but when you sit in there, there's nothing to look at, except a fence. Not very inspiring, is it? Well, I like watching David Attenborough. He does some very good programs. Well, he did. I think he's getting a bit older now, isn't he? He used to do some lovely ones, yeah. Where have you been, John? You've been missing for a long time. Where have you been? You've been out in the pub. It is a long time since you've been on, yeah. Gosh, last week we had Ben. Ben hadn't been on for ages, had he? You've been on TikTok? Ugh. Never been on TikTok. It's never really interested me, TikTok. You know, all these like influencers and girls with pneumatic lips. And oh, I went in Pound Stretcher the other day. And there's a woman there, she must have been in her 40s. And not only did she have big lips, she had shiny, shiny lipstick on. Oh, dearie me. I thought, oh, for goodness sake, what do you look like? No, I've never been a fan of TikTok. I think I joined it once and it took me about 2 minutes. Full of fake women, isn't it? You know, with them apps, you know, that make them look 25 when they're about 60, you know. No, I just have YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, yeah. It's enough for me. TikTok now. It's all little video things, isn't it, on TikTok? Influencers, whoever that may be. I mean, so many kids watching it and killing themselves and doing so many things because they're tricked into, you know, what they do this, do that, do the other. And they're, you know, they're so daft, they follow and do it, don't they? Whereas we go, oh, are you joking? You met a lot of people on TikTok. Well, whatever. Whatever floats your boat, Joe. It's just never appealed to me at all. I suppose I'm the wrong generation. I think it's more for the younger people, not the old crones like me. I need a drink, and I don't mean an alcoholic one. I mean a drink. I don't know. I thought I had an alcoholic drink since I moved here because I had a cold. I had some rum in my coffee. Apart from that, I've not had an alcoholic drink since I moved here. Oh, no, it weren't for me either, Shan. I thought it was full of like fake people. You know, idiotic women with pneumatic lips and beetle brow eyebrow. Oh, dear. Look. Yeah, I don't know what there is about TikTok. It just doesn't appeal at all. I think Nathan's on it. Nathan goes on. Mm. Now, I think I actually did join TikTok just to have a look one time, but that was it. I think my TikTok days were limited to about a day. I think a day of looking at it thinking, nah, not my kind of stuff. Not for me. Not for me. But when you hear of like these youngsters, you know, doing stupid things, and it's like because they've seen it on TikTok, and they make themselves ill, don't they? Or they kill themselves by accident. I mean, because they've seen some trend on TikTok and they've copied it. And of course, they've got it wrong, haven't they? But kids of a certain age are very influenced, aren't they, by stuff. They haven't got the streetwise ability to see through these fake people. It's like all this, I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. And you're like, who the heck's that? Oh, she's an influencer. Really? She's not influencing me. Older people on TikTok too? Not for me, John, not for me. It doesn't sound like anybody on his on it either. Maybe Nathan is, I don't know. Oh, I must get a drink out of my fridge. Oh, if I can get myself up off this chair. Oh, I feel like I need WD-40. Everything's seized up. What shall I have? I shall be naughty and have a Lucozade. Not supposed to have Lucozade, but still. I saw it today when I was in the supermarket. I thought, oh, not have Lucozade orange for ages. So who do you talk to then on TikTok? Or do you just watch girls with big lips and eyebrows? Or eyelashes, huh? You know the eyelashes I mean, that they look like they've got two big furry spiders stuck on her eyes, yeah. Hi, Munchkin. I often wonder what they're going to look like when they're my age. Yeah, I think it's stupid as well, Easter, but that's me. You met a woman from Plymouth, weren't you? Were it, Jan? No, when I looked at it, it was just people doing silly dances and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh, you mean like all the men, all the doctors and the surgeons that try to befriend me? Yeah. I used to talk to people all over the world, but that was on, the CB radio. Oh God, mostly African, I think, when they come on with these and if you Google the picture, you find it belongs to somebody else. Yeah. Oh, I get friends requests. Keanu Reeves, Brad Pitt. Yeah, right, okay. I even had one from Prince Charles once. Yeah, right. You look at the profile. There's nothing on it except about two pictures of a guy, and they try to say that the surgeons or something. Or, oh yeah, or they're in the army. Or yeah, right. Bye, gone. A friend of mine was talking to this woman in Russia, and it turned out all she wanted him to do was buy Bitcoin and stuff like that. I said, well, more fool you for talking to her. I said, she's probably not even a woman. And the requests you get on Instagram, do you ever get those hidden requests? And they're always really dubious sites, you know, like I just delete a lot of them. You actually met her? Well, you were lucky then, she was real. Hi, Lydia. It was bad enough when I was in the dating game. You know, some of the pictures these guys have put up, it must have been either the son or them for about 30 years ago. And they'd turn up looking like nothing like their profile. I don't know where they found the pictures from, but it certainly weren't them. I gave it up as a bad job. Hi. Hi, Lydia. Tra-la-la. Oh, I never met. I met a few people when I was about 50 or something like that. I thought I'd join one of these online dating things. Oh my God, what a lot of frogs with fake profiles and stuff like that. Oh, hi there. Hi, Christina. Oh God, don't talk to me about my friend got one of them for the first time the other day. She goes, guess what somebody sent me? I went, a dick pic. She went, how did you know? I went, yeah. How am I doing? I'm not too bad, not too bad. How are you? How's our munchkin? He must be getting big now. Oh yeah, that's all they want to send you. They send you video requests. Watch. I said, no, I'm not clicking on it. Why not? Because it won't be your face. No, I promise you, it'll be my face. And you're like, no. Because sometimes they convince you and you open the video, no, it's not their face. Am I supposed to be impressed? Put it away, please. Oh, yeah, send you pictures. I got an email once from, we have got these pictures of you and videos of you that if you don't send us this money or something, we were going to send them to all of your friends. And I went, oh, goody, can I have copies? Because they didn't exist. You just try it on. But it must frighten some people who maybe did do those kind of videos or did take those kind of pictures. I said, goody, goody. I said, you do it. My friends would be very interested to see them. I said, so would I? Send me copies. Full enough. They didn't bother me anymore. Oh, they do that. Yeah, I had one of those once years back. Kept stalking me and sending inappropriate messages. Ugh. Yeah, he wanted £200 or £300 or something not to show my pornographic pictures to my friends. And I'm going, oh, really? Because they do not exist. I said, send me copies. I've never been in that kind of a relationship. I've definitely never been on video. Well, I might have been on video at a wedding, but you know what I mean. I don't mean that kind of video. If I was ever dating anybody with a video camera in the bedroom, I'd be like, way bye, I'm gone. Bye-bye. I am not an exhibitionist. I'm sorry we didn't have a video camera when my son was small. I would have liked to have seen pictures of, you know, innocent pictures. I'm talking about family pictures. You know, like a video of my mum and dad, for example, like talking and things like that. Because you have photographs, but it's not the same as actually hearing them speaking, anything like that. It must be nice to have those kind of memories, but we never had a video camera. I think my son bought one, but it's years after he got married, you know. I think maybe he has videos of his grandkids. I don't know. I don't think I'm on any of them. No, my threatened to kill me was usually from my clients at the job centre. Oh, look, I've got every time I shampoo my hair with that purple shampoo for blondes, I finish up with purple ears. Look at that, I got purple ears again. I'll have to clean them out. Yeah, I've not got any videos of me or my mum or my dad. I've just got purple ears. Why do I never notice it when I've had a shower? I obviously don't wipe my ears out. I must wash my ears out, but not wipe them. Oh, weird old woman, purple ears. Have you got any distinguishing features? Yes, I've got purple ears. I don't have any tissues here. I've got a kitchen roll over there, but I'm not using that. Scratchy. I wonder why it stains the inside of your ears and not the outside of your ears. Must be a different kind of skin inside your ears. When you go like that to clean your ears. Oh dear. So I like that purple shampoo because it keeps it, well, it's white now. The sides are not bleached, the sides are me. Sides are white. It's still a little bit dark right at the top there, but most of it now is white. I just do it blonde because I like it. I just don't like the dark grey bits in it. I like the white bits, but not the dark grey bits. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. I stopped shivering now. I've got my heat pad on my back. I wonder where Chris is tonight. It's not like Chris to be missing, is it? Somebody give Chris a yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo, Chris. I'll think about him and then his ears will burn. I think it's time to divide for the armholes now. You've got coffee brewing, have you? I've just got my Lucozade Orange to give me some energy because it's got glucose, which I'm not supposed to have. When you're diabetic, you're not supposed to have artificial highs and artificial lows, yeah? Oh, did you have it done? You said last week you were going to have it done. Oh, well, at least you know they've had their thorough. At least you know they've got it out. Hi, Melly. Yeah, I wish I could get rid of that thing on my back, that keratosis thing or whatever. It's nothing cancerous. That's why they won't touch it. I paid to have it lasered off, but it didn't work, so. Yeah, well, they like to be thorough, don't they? They like to take the edges away to make sure it's all gone. 210 premium-sized beanie hats. Oh, my goodness, that's a lot. Is it for a hospital? I mean, I have made them, but only about a dozen, you know. And they weren't an order, they were a donation. Yeah, but they've probably, oh, that's, yeah. They've probably got it all, Lydia, so you've got to be thankful that that's what they were making sure they take all the borders and everything. You know, because if you don't get everything out, then it can grow again. So it sounds like they've had a good fertile about and got rid of it, well, all of it, all the edges and everything. Hi, Ella. Yeah, I think you deserve to take it easy today, Lydia, yeah. Well, I've made a few, like, you know, when we used to donate to Bolton premature baby unit thing. Well, I've never made 80. It's done, over and done with now, Lydia. So you don't have to worry about it anymore. I sometimes think when you're preparing for an operation, the thought of it is worse than actually having anything done. You know, when you sort of like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me? And then you come back and think, it's over. Well, you'd rather they were thorough, wouldn't you, Munchkin? You know, rather that they had a good dig about and got it all out, yeah. I'd have to go through it all again, yeah. It's probably better that you didn't know, Lydia. You just think how panicky it would have been if you'd have known it was going to be 11 staples. You know, sometimes I think ignorance is bliss, they say, don't they? You know, I tend to hope that the people who are doing anything to me know what they're doing. You know, I hope I get the A team, yeah, and not the B team. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's better that you didn't know. You'd have been laying there panicking the night before the operation going, oh, I'll have staples in my head, oh my God. Whereas you go in thinking, oh, I'll have a couple of stitches. It's like my son who went in, it turned out to be his appendix, and they were to do keyhole. And I don't know whether they couldn't find it or what, but he finished up with scars from ill to burn. But, you know, like it was better that he didn't know it, I think. He was going in expecting 3 little puncture holes for keyhole and finished up with a scar I don't know how long, yeah. Yeah, I don't think my son would have been happy if he'd have known he was going to have a scar that big. You got the laundry out. My laundry dried on the washing line. But if it's going to rain next week, it'll be back to the area in the conservatory. I will say that the conservatory gets what little bit of sunshine there ever is. So my washing does dry eventually in there. I haven't missed the dryer at all, yeah. Well, it's over with, Lydia. Over and done with now. All you have to do now is wait for the staples to come out. Luckily, they don't hurt. I had umpteen staples when I had my replacement knee. Look like a zip wire. But they have to do that for your knee because your knee keeps bending, you see, so they have to make sure that they put the staples close together. But they did. I was, thinking, oh God, it's going to hurt when it comes out, but they didn't. Yeah, I love drying my washing outside. Well, I've got no option, have I now, because I don't have a dryer. I've nowhere to put it. I could put it in this kitchen, but we're back to the no sockets, aren't we, I'd be overloading sockets. I could get a fire. Because every socket would have about 10 plugs in it. Right, I think I'm ready for dividing. Yeah, I'm not actually afraid of dentists, but I don't like it, yeah. Your neighbour's cat didn't poop near your line. She pooped next up, yeah. There's lots and lots of dogs around here, but they're all on leads. But I've only seen one cat since I moved here. One cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37. So I've got to divide that now. My infusions were really good because I've got dodgy veins. They go in hiding the minute they see a needle, but they were great. They actually found my veins, no problem. Right, I've got 37. Got to divide it by 4, haven't I? Oh. Yeah. 9, 4, 36, aren't they? So if it was 9, 18 and 9, that will be 36, but I've got 37, so I'll have to do 19 in the middle. No. Yeah, it will have to be 19 in the middle. Now, one time when I was in hospital, they had to go and get those little X-ray machine things that they use on babies to try and find my vein. Because it went into hiding. It went, oh, no, go away. I'm crocheting like a, well, it's not really a bolero. It's like a little short sleeve top. But it's all in one until you get to the armhole. It's not for me. It's for somebody that at knit club that saw the one I did, yeah. I just got a message the other day. You had your COVID jab. I thought, oh, no, I'm not. Ain't having no more. Oh, my goodness me. I watched Amora. She was in Manchester at Abercarn. Some of the prices of the yarn there, I was like, really? I'm so glad I've got a garage full to crochet up that I don't have to buy any. I mean, I like nice yarn, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a yarn snob, and I am certainly not paying £9 and £10 a skein when I'm making a sweater. Well, when I had my injections in my spine, they have to go between the discs. They had to do ultrasound on me to get the needle in the right place. Do you want to watch? No, thank you. Somebody's car alarm. Beep, 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 beep. Hiya, Val. Oh, you won £82.50, right? Coffee's on you then, is it? Coffee's on Val tonight. She's just won on the bingo. I've got part of my shed done, Val. Part of it. Done me back in doing it, but I've got part of it done now. I was going to go back today, but I thought, nah. My mind said do it, my back said go away. Hello, Chris. We were just mentioning you, saying where was you? We were trying to give you vibes, you know. All think about Chris and then, it'll jog his memory. We kept saying, it's not like Chris, not like Chris. The vibes have worked, have they good? You're off to Scarborough. Are you going to Scarborough Fair? I wouldn't pay $200 for cashmere, no way. I'd want it in gold for that, Lydia. Never mind about cashmere. I'm not a snob anyway. I'm itchy with wool. I don't care if it's cashmere or whether it's, you know, it's just, I just wouldn't pay that kind of money. Even those ones that Amora was showing, you know, at £9 and £10, because she was showing something and it was like, and it would have been 40 odd pound, yeah, to do like, she makes a lot of those, you know, those hexagon cardigans. She makes a lot of those. She worked out it would have been £48 for her to get enough wool to make one of them. And I'm like, no way. I'm tight. Did you see those hexagon cardigans were for sale in some shop or other for £75? I couldn't get 40 for mine. Next, was it? Yeah. No, they're not jabbing me anymore, Sean. I'm having no more jabs from thinking COVID or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. Everybody gets Sharon's name wrong. That's the beauty of having good. Well, it's not an unusual name. It's just a Welsh name, isn't it? It's not unusual in Wales. £2.5 of fingering weight. Oh gosh. I mean, I know you get a lot of yardage on the fine yarns, but still, not for $200. I mean, can you imagine paying all that and then you wash it wrong and it shrinks or something? Or it pills and goes all. At least it's not a made up name like a lot of the kids today have. Weirdy names. You know, and they make them up. They've got strange spellings, and how confusing for that child. You're meant to be a hangerhead. Oh, I think I'd rather have Sean then. No, my mum wasn't very adventurous. I was meant to be Elizabeth, but she didn't want me called Lizzie. What the heck? Something else just went. This house has got so many noises. Just sounded like somebody pigging the letterbox then. She didn't want me called Lizzie or Betty. So she called me Janet Elizabeth. But of course I read Little Women and wanted to be called Beth. Call me Elizabeth. We've got one lady at Knit Club, she's called Elizabeth, and she will not have it shortened. You were meant to be called Agatha. Agatha. No, my mum wasn't adventurous with names, I tell you. I was going to be an Elizabeth. I still am in a way. I suppose you can always change to call yourself your middle name. We've got a lady at Knit Club who insists on being called Elizabeth and nothing shorter. A lot of older names are coming back, aren't they? I mean, I remember being very embarrassed at school because my mum was called Lucy. And yet now it's quite back into it now. She wanted a Welsh name. The only Welsh friend I had was called Rihanna. That was the only Welsh name I knew, Rihanna. Unusual, isn't it? He had a Welsh mother. Oh, I thought your mum was called Christine. My mum was Lucy. How did I choose this? Desperation was my son's name because we could not agree on what to call him. Everything I wanted to call him, my ex-husband didn't like. So Ian was kind of like the last choice when he was born, and it wasn't the name I wanted. So that's why he finished up with an Ian. A lot of the names didn't go with my surname. I liked Christopher, which of course doesn't go with Carruthers. Same with Nicholas. And we decided that it would have to be a short name. You know, we had Damien, he's called Dominic as well. I wanted Dominic for his first name. Nicholas, I liked all those kind of names, but no. My ex-husband didn't like any of them. So it was absolutely practically in the delivery room, he finished up as an Ian. I don't think my dad had any choice about, because when I was born, he was in the war. He was in Germany when I was born. So I don't think he had any say in what I was called. I think my mum chose my name because he wasn't around. Well, obviously he was around at the conception, but he wasn't around at the birth. I don't think he came home until I was a few months old. Because even though the war ended, they stayed, clearing up after the war. He was in Germany when I was born. Buckley was my maiden name, which I didn't like, so I didn't go back to it. When I got divorced, I kept my married name, although technically it's not my ex-husband's name, technically, because he was adopted. Our Ian, oh yeah. No, it's typical of Northern. It's our kid. Yeah, everybody says our such a body, our such a body. It's just a Northern thing that we say. Like a lot of people say our kid. In other words, our kid means your brother or your sister. Our kid. Our Ian, yeah. Yeah, Mancunian. It's typical Mancunian, yeah. How are you doing, our kid? I think Oasis made that more popular everywhere else, yeah. We couldn't agree on a girl's name at all. My ex wanted to call the baby Angela if it was a girl. And being as that was the name of his ex-fiancée, I said, no, thank you. So it was going to be Joanna, but it was Joanna. That was the name I chose for her, if she'd been her. But it was a he. Because back in the day, we didn't know, it was just potluck. You just got what you got given. It was like the revelation at the end of the bed. It's a boy, it's a girl. You say Arcade in Birmingham, yeah. Yeah, it's always Arian. Like it was anybody else's Ian. Arian. Yeah, I only ever wanted a boy. I didn't want a girl. My mother-in-law was dead set she wanted a girl. But I never did. I always wanted a boy. My mum kept saying, "You got to be so disappointed if it's a girl." I said, "I know." Oh, you said. I would have got over it, I suppose. My friend was like that. She had two boys, and when she was expecting a third, she was absolutely adamant she wanted this girl. And when he was born, she wouldn't look at him. She just would not look at him. She wouldn't look after him. She wouldn't do anything. She was so disappointed. Took her ages to bond with him because he was a boy, another boy. Yeah, it's difficult choosing a child's name, isn't it, before they're born? Because when you look at them, you think, do they look like whatever you're going to call them? Do they look like that? A lot of people delay, calling them anything until they actually see them. They sort of have a short list of names that they don't mind. I watch a lady on YouTube who's pregnant with a second IVF baby. And she's having a girl, but she said, we're not telling anybody the name because when she's born, she might not look like that. And I thought, you're right, they may not look like a whatever you're going to call them, yeah. Well, the reason I didn't like my maiden name was because nobody ever pronounced it right, where I lived. And I sort of didn't want to go back to it. But as I said, my ex-husband was adopted, so Carruthers is really, it's his adoptive name, it's not his born name. So really, I'm a Carruthers by default. But I got not public transport. I got hospital transport on Friday coming back from the hospital. And the lady who picked me up said, why do you have to have such a difficult surname? And it turned out she was Polish. And her name was like 12 times worse than mine. And I'm like, cheeky devil. Why do you have such a hard surname? She had one of those long Polish names, that you can't pronounce. Yeah, but call him my name. Why do you have to have such a difficult name to pronounce? Yeah, Baldrick, that's from Blackadder, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of Polish names end in itch, don't they? Like Abramovich and stuff like that. When I worked at the job centre, I used to hate it when anybody came in. The worst ones were African. They had these ogobogobold, oh, you're thinking, oh my God, how on earth do I pronounce that? And you have to shout out the name for them to come, to get signed on. And you're looking at it thinking, oh dear Lord, what does that say? I mean, I was looking at this card like one day and I'm like that with it. And this guy come up and said, I bet it's me, isn't it? And I went, is that you? And he went, yep. So I never had to say his name. He said, I knew when I saw you looking puzzled. He said, I knew it would be me. It was a really, you know. And his first name was as bad as his last one, this African lad. And I'm thinking, how on earth did his mother think to pick that? No, I didn't want to go back to my maiden name because I never liked it. Where I came from, like Manchester sort of area, they don't pronounce it right. So, well, what about me when I did my family tree? Not my family tree, my genetics. When I found I've got Kurdistan in my blood. Kurdistan. Where the heck does that come from? Well, my son was grown by the time I got divorced, but I still kept it because I just like being the same surname as. Because my son, well, when I got divorced, I'd technically been married 30 odd years, so everybody knew me by that. And it was just the faff and the hassle of changing your name on all your documents, the bank and your driving license and your passport and everything. It's a right load of faffing about to change your name. It's bad enough when you get married and you have to change your name on everything. But when you get divorced, it's worse because, you have to prove what your maiden name was in the first place. And, too much hassle. I couldn't be bothered. It wasn't that important to me. I thought, and everybody knows me by that surname. They've known me by that surname for 30 odd years. So I couldn't be bothered going back. Yeah, it's just a hassle. It's all legalities and stuff. And when you get married, everybody just accepts the fact you've changed your name. So you just go everywhere, show them your marriage certificate, and everybody's like, okay, fine, okay. When you get divorced, it's 10 times more difficult. Well, where's this, where's that, where's the other? And, oh, Lord, what was your name before? Where's this, where's that? How long have you been? Oh. I thought, I can't be bothered. I'll stay at Carruthers. Even though nobody can. Yeah, well, I started at one time putting Ms, and then they think you're, of the other persuasion. So I thought, no, I'll stay married. I'll stay Mrs. So I put Mrs. on now. Because I'm not a Miss, because I have been married. And a Ms sounds, yeah. Yeah, how long have you lived here? All my life. I have a friend who's a Sikh and he was born over here. And people say to him, how long have you been here? And he goes, well, 50 odd years, when I was born in the local hospital. I mean, he might be a Sikh, but he has got a broad Mancunian accent, He hasn't got a trace of an Indian one because he was born and brought up here. He can speak Punjabi, but apparently he speaks Punjabi with a Manchester accent. So if he ever goes back to India, they know immediately that he's a foreigner, if you know what I mean. Because when he goes to buy anything, his relatives in India say, keep your mouth shut, let us barter for you. Because if they hear your accent, they'll know full well you're not from India. And they'll fleece you. Like my niece is a head teacher. And it took her ages to get the kids to call her by her married name. I mean, she's been married 20 years now. But at first, when she first got married. But they still call her Miss. Miss, Miss, Miss. Still don't get Mrs. Right, is that a shoulder? Or does it need to be a bit narrower? I think one more narrower. It reminds me of Dick Emery. Excuse me, miss. When he used to dress up as a woman. Oh, you are awful, but I like you. I don't mind as long as they don't call me something rude, did you? Oh, it started. Man, at least it's 11:30. I've started yawning. I've not been yawning for hours. At least I'll make it till midnight tonight. Well, Miss makes me feel like I've never been married and I've been left on the shelf. But I mean, I have been left on the shelf, but I quite like it up here. I wouldn't mind being taken down and dusted every now and again, but you know what I mean. I'm quite enjoying being on the shelf. Oh. They used to do that with my sister-in-law because she was quite older when she had her babies. I think she was about 36. She kept getting asked if it was her granddaughter. It's all the fault of these teenage mothers, isn't it? That's funny, Nancy. Oh, here we go. Do you know, I'll get into bed and I'll be awake when I get in bed. I don't know what there is about it. As soon as I get in bed, I can be absolutely dropping in the chair, nodding off like that. And then the minute I get in bed, my eyes are like, well. Yeah, I'd said to Linda, I'm really tired. Yeah, well, 36 is young, but I mean, don't forget, my niece is 51 now. So all those years ago, 36 was quite elderly. Everybody kept saying, how many more babies have you got? How many more children have you got? And she kept saying, this is my first. Your first? Mind you, I don't think people look as old as they used to. I mean, when I was young, women in the 50s used to look really old, you know. And they used to act really old. You know, they sort of dressed and acted old when they got to about 50 when I was young. I mean, at least now they don't. You think how frumpy women used to look when they were about 50. Oh, when I was 18, I went out with a bloke who was 36. My mother was going potty. And you know, he was a perfect gentleman. He was lovely. He wasn't like the younger men, all gropey fingers and Archie, he was called. Arch. He treated me like a blinking lady, honestly, he did. And my mother was going, mad, don't go out with Arch. He was 36. But of course, I was really impressed because he had a car and he used to take me out for dinner and places like that because he was, you know, established. He had his own house and everything, you know. I was used to being groped over by teenage boys, you know, so Arch was a bit of a novelty. Well, I look my age now, but I never used to. Up to when I was in my 50s or even my early 60s, I could easily knock 10 years off me. But sadly, no longer. I think pain does a lot. It etches on your face, doesn't it? I mean, I wasn't in as much pain when I was in my 50s and 60s. It puts lines on your face when you're painful. How big is an armhole? It's usually about 9 inches, I think, isn't it? An armhole? I used to have red hair. Obviously not me. Well, I was born with red hair, would you believe? And then my hair was so dark, really, really dark brown. People used to say, what colour have you dyed your hair? I used to say, I haven't dyed it, it's my natural colour. But when I got to about in my 50s, it was too dark for my face. You know, people now think I've been pale or blonde since I've been younger. But my hair was absolutely dark brown. Way too dark for my facial colouring. The doctor always used to think I was anemic. Well, I was. He used to always say, oh, you look so pale. Oh, the sleep mask, yeah. I have permanent grooves on that side of my face. Gives you wrinkles, doesn't it? Your hair's lovely, Linda. I don't know why you want to do darker hair. It wouldn't suit you. You would look like those old dears that refuse to grow old gracefully and dye their hair dark. You know, your hair colour suits you. You would look weird with dark hair, Linda. It just wouldn't be you. I know you mentioned on Facebook the other day you wanted to be dark, and I'm thinking, no, Linda, no. You know, when you see these old dears about 70 with black hair, and it doesn't suit them, does it? They look silly. I want to be white. I don't want to be dark grey like the salt and pepper. I mean, it is white at either side. That's not, these side pieces here are my natural colour. And I'm going whiter and whiter, and I'm like, yeah, bring it on. Yeah, I think white is lovely. I don't want to be that awful dark grey. I think that is very aging. Sorry if anybody's dark grey, but that is very aging unless you have a nice style with it. But my hair will never have a nice style because I haven't got enough of it. I'm like Goldilocks these days. Well, look how many young lasses dye their hair grey these days because they want to be grey. I want to be silver. I wonder if that's big enough for an armhole. It looks big enough to me. She's only slender. I'll do more Moro. My hair's weedy. It's very fine. I tried to make it look a bit more than it is, but it's very weedy. As my mother used to say, our Janet's got such crappy hair. My mother had hair. It was like millions of hair she had. Hi, Judy. I mean, when she knew she was dying, she used to be dividing her jewellery up, saying, I want you to have this and I want you to have that. I said, I want your hair. Never mind about your jewellery. Give me your hair. I think we're all right, Judy. I don't know about everybody else. I would love to have thicker hair. Unfortunately, I've got my dad's fine hair. All my dad's side of the family had fine, fine hair. All my mum's side of the family had thick, thick, glorious hair. Guess who I took after? My dad. Yeah. Yeah, I'm off to bed soon as well, Val, yeah. You're a little wanderlust. Mrs. Caldwell, you're a very, very wanderlusty woman. She's off again to Scarborough next week, girls and boys. I think you need to get a caravan and get rid of your house, Val. Just tow it behind your scooter. Yeah, I've got very weedy hair. Yeah, very thin. Stringy, weedy hair I've got. Oh, I haven't got any scissors. Very fine, yeah. It's very thin, my hair. Why have I not got any scissors? I have got scissors, but they're over. Oh, no, they're here. I have got scissors. I'm telling a lie. For some reason or other, I've got my kitchen scissors here. Kitchen scissors. I bought some kitchen scissors from that Tamu. Timu. They won't cut anything. They won't even cut. You like that with them? They won't cut nothing. I thought, oh, typical. Buy junk, you get junk, don't you? Yeah, I was red-headed when I was born, red hair. And then it went dark. A lot of Irish have got very dark hair, haven't they? And they have those blue eyes. You still there, Nathan? Oh, good. Stabbing, they wouldn't do any good. Sean, honest to God, they are rubbish. Absolute rubbish scissors. They just won't cut at all. I've tried them right-handed, I've tried them left-handed. I thought, oh, there's kitchen scissors. When I was conned into getting something from Tamu. What a pile of junk. We went and they need to go in the bin. I don't know why they're still in the kitchen drawer. These came from the corner shop, that sells kitchen equipment and stuff. Hardly dearer. And they're really good scissors. So, my friend, everything I've had from Timu's been lovely. Really? I have obviously been ordering the wrong stuff then. Because everything I've had from there's finished up in the bin. The only thing that didn't finish up in the bin was some blocking pins, like a comb. But then I found out that the price was exactly the same as it was on Amazon. So I didn't save a penny on them. My hair, if I wash it and leave it, is actually curly. But the minute it dries, it goes straight. Work that out. Because somebody said to me, oh, your hair's lovely and curly. Why don't you leave it? And I went, because it will dry. The minute I comb it, it goes straight. I tried doing it once, just putting mousse in it and leaving it curly, but no, it just doesn't hold the curl, if you know what I mean. It just drops out. My mother used to try all sorts of things when I was little. When you sleep in those rags and that. She used to put wrinkly rags in my hair, Oh, it'd be lovely for about 5 minutes. Then it just used to drop out. It just wouldn't hold a curl at all. When I was younger, I used to buy that really strong setting lotion, that set your hair like concrete. And it'd be all right for about half an hour, and then no, my hair's poker straight. The minute I comb it, it's poker straight. I would love a bit of a curl, yeah. I used to have what they used to call those body perms. It doesn't come out curly. Hello, excuse me. Yeah, thank you. I've got some thumbs up. Yeah, I used to have what they used to call a body perm. It doesn't make your hair go curly, but it gives you some body in your hair. My hair used to look nice then. But you go to modern hairdressers and they haven't got a clue what you're talking about. They don't understand perms. They just want to blow dry everything. Perms are like a thing of the past. Yeah, it must be nice to just have curly hair. So, I hate these where they fasten the tops to the buckle. Gets on my nerves. I can't fasten them again. I know they do it so that you can recycle it together at the same time, but it won't screw back on. Now it's screwed on. Yeah, when people have curly hair, they just wash the hair and it just goes bounce. Mine just goes. I use products to try and get mine to fluff out. I've got some stuff on it now, actually, that Ephraim sent me. It's like some gel stuff. I found it when he must have sent it me, and I just, because he's a hairdresser. And I must have put it in a drawer somewhere, and it turned up the other day, and I thought, oh, I'll use that from that Ephraim sent me. Yeah, see, he's not come on today, has he, Shad? And I've got my giraffe today. I've got my little giraffe. The only thing I buy that's expensive is like this, as you can see from the purple ears, purple shampoo and purple conditioner. It stops your hair looking yellow and brassy. Yeah, it's a wooden one with one of those you buy in an ethnic shop. It's got a giraffe. Woo. It's made of wood. Probably got it at Oxfam or somewhere. Little giraffe. We went in that posh charity shop that's opened up in Cleveland, and my friend's going, oh, look, they've got jewellery. And I'm going, I'm not looking. Why is somebody sending me a message? Somebody sending me a message at this time of night. Oh. Something from Manchester about counter-terrorism. What now? What is going on in Manchester that I don't know about? It's usually counterfeits being raided. Oh, God, yeah. That Hashem Abedi has thrown boiling oil and something else at prison officers. That Manchester Arena bomber, if you don't know who he is. Yeah. He's launched a vicious attack on the officers at the prison, causing the officers to be maimed. They've got life-threatening injuries, burned skulls and stab wounds. Threw boiling cooking oil all over them, and then produced homemade weapons. Oh, yeah, and he's trying to say he's innocent of the bombings. Yeah, right, okay. Where's my hook gone? Oh, there it is. Yeah. My hair dries in 2 minutes. I don't need a hairdryer. There's not enough of it. When I used to go to the hairdressers, they used to have to keep wetting it because when they were trying to blow dry it, it'd be drying on its own too quickly for them to do it into a style. Yeah. It just dries in about 5 minutes. I very rarely even put the hairdryer on it. Do, 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 do. Yeah, we're never happy, are we, with what we've got with hair. We always want something different. I used to have thicker hair. It was never thick hair. But I used to be able to do something with it, but now I can't do a thing. You wouldn't think I'd had a curler in that, would you, a roller? I bought hair curler things in my day, you know, those styler things, and I gave up with them. Finished up giving most of them away. My shoulder's hurting now because I've been crocheting. Mine is when it's combed. It's curly when it's not. If I just towel dried my hair and left it, it'd be just like loose curls. But they don't last the minute I put a comb through it. They just... Oh, some people can roll out of my... I have to wear a breathing mask, as you know. When I come out of bed, it's stuck up all over the place. And I have to put a little cotton hat on because if I don't, the Velcro from my breathing machine sticks to my hair and rips it. I kept wondering why it was being ripped out of its sockets. Yeah, a lot of people lose their hair with chemotherapy, like Leslie has, hasn't she? If you watch Not Quite Enough Yarn, Leslie's lost most of her hair. One, two, three, four. I don't think she ever had particularly thick hair, but she used to have quite a bit of it. I was just saying that, what's she called? Davina, she called. Had one of those chairs that they keep giving away to people. But she's really riddled with arthritis, so I don't begrudge her. I'll never get offered a chair, that's for sure. One of my boyfriends used to straighten his hair with chemicals because he was mixed race, and he's now bald. Because and another of my customers, she was West Indian. She always had her hair straightened, and now she has to wear a wig because she lost all her hair. You know, through spending it on hair straighteners when she was young. She's my age now, and she wears a wig all the time because she's no hair. Lost it all through, chemical straighteners. Yeah, because my, like say, ex-boyfriend used to have curly hair. He used to want it to be straight. So it's a coincidence whether he would have been bald anyway, but he's bald now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, I think I've used too much, Well, they say it's not dye anymore, don't they? That looks wide for a back. I suppose it'd be all right. She's not a fussy lady, she won't mind. It's probably because it's not got a shaping for the armhole, probably because the armhole's straight, isn't it? Well, it's getting near the witching hour. I managed to do it without falling asleep. That's probably because I had a nap, isn't it? My shoulder is telling me I shouldn't still be crocheting. It's saying, you haven't done any crocheting all week, so you haven't broken your shoulder in. So throwing yourself into 2 hours worth of, 3 hours of crocheting has not done it any good. I'll finish this row before I go to beddy bows with my non-existent curtains. Luckily, I do not have any overlooking neighbours, I don't think, anyway. But just to be on the safe side, I'll get undressed in the dark. Or I'll get undressed in the bathroom. One way or the other. I know, he's gone bald, hasn't he? Well, it's, what do you call it? Male pattern baldness. It runs in the family. I mean, my son went bald at 20-something. And yet his dad still got a good head of hair. But his granddad, my dad, lost his hair in his 20s. So unfortunately for my son, he's took after my side of the family. His dad still got a good head of hair. He's got the look, hasn't he, of like if you look at other generations, like say, what would have been his great granddad or something, are the Edwards, or they used to have the beards, didn't they? If you look back into the royal family, he looks like one of those. I can't remember who I'm thinking about. The sort of. It wouldn't be George. It might be the first George, not the Queen's father. The Queen's grandfather had a beard like that. Henry. Well, he is called Henry. He's not called Harry, really. He's never been pretty, has he, really? Bless him. But now he's just bald. He's going bald, isn't he? Ha ha. It's genetics, isn't it? You can't help it. It's male pattern baldness. Yeah, am I thinking of George V? I think I'm thinking of. He had a beard. A lot of them did, didn't they, the kings, before it became fashion to be clean shaven. I don't think Prince Philip ever had a beard, did he? I don't remember him ever sporting one. My son has a beard, yeah. Well, that's why my poor son's bald, is it? That he's got his poor mother's hair. Scrappy hair, as my mother used to say. And as I said, my dad went bald when he in his 20s. My son did. I think he was about 24, 25 when he started going bald, my son. Oh, no. Oh, and Mr. Treble. And one of my shells has to come back. Can't leave it. I like these posts on Facebook where there's obviously glaring error. And they say, do I have to pull it back? And I'm like, yes, you do. Will anybody notice? Yes, we will. Take it back. You've made a mistake. Take it back. You know, it's an absolutely horrendous error. And they say, will anybody notice? Mm-hmm. Yes, they will. And it's usually only about a row or two back. It's not like they've discovered it at the beginning and they're at the end. But will anybody notice? Blind man on a galloping horse might not do, but everybody else will. Especially if they're making it for somebody else. I would hate to give anybody something that has a mistake in it. Although I've once finished something off, finished it all off, picot edging all around everywhere and everything, the arms and everything. And I'd made a mistake in one of the fronts. I would have had to take all the picot edging off everywhere to replace it. Yeah. Hello, Lulu. Yeah, I'm just going off, Lulu. You've just come in as I'm going off, yeah. And my friend come and she said, oh, that's beautiful. I said, can you see anything wrong with it? She said, no. I said, well, take it home then. She said, what do you mean? I said, there's a fault on it and it's glaring and I can see it and I will never wear it. So she went home with it. She said, I don't know what you're bothered about. I can't see it. And yet the minute I'd finished it, my eyes just went straight to the mistake. My shoulder is hurting like mad now. Are you going to your dad's birthday party? Yeah. Well, we're here. We're all here. It's a party every Saturday. And Lulu's just come on as the minute we're going. It's usually Lydia that comes on the minute I'm going. You make me feel awful when I say I'm having to go. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Lulu. I keep saying I'm going to try to make videos, but with moving and different things, I just haven't got around to it. And I should try. I really should. I should get me tax situation sorted out with YouTube so that if I do make any videos, I might actually earn a penny or two, which would come in very handy after I've skinned myself moving. So, you know, if I get that sorted out, oh, I'm going to have to stop even though I've not got to the end of the row because my shoulder's hurting. Right, everybody, I am off to go to try to get to sleep. Even though I am tired, I probably won't sleep. Even last week, you know, I was falling asleep last week, falling asleep. Got in bed, wide awake. And you know I couldn't keep my eyes open. I went off and I thought, I'll fall in bed. I shall just absolutely clunk as soon as I get into bed. No. I was wide awake as soon as I got into bed. You're going to be live on Easter Sunday for your birthday. Woo! Well, happy birthday for when it comes, Kiwi. Well, not Kiwi, is it? But you know what I mean. Right. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you very much for your company. And you nearly didn't have me because I was nearly asleep. Yeah. So hopefully I shall get the garage finished, and then, I might take photographs. At least if you don't get a video, you might get a photo of the garage when it's finished. So bye, everybody. Bye, Chris. Bye, everybody. Good night.